hate me, don't you?
Tune in to Kons podcast.
You hate me, don't you?
Trump is ordering a bunch of ICE agents, you know what I mean, to come into airports saying they helping with. The government always got some type of secret organization, secret something, agenda, something going on behind the scenes. It is never what you see. A quadruple amputee was arrested on a murder charge. So there's so many questions on this because you have no hands, no feet. You know, I understand, and then pop your passenger all while you have no hands and no feet is a wild headline. You know what I mean? In disbelief, are you thinking, no way that this dude is going for a gun? He don't even have hands. What is going on? Yeah, what's going on? What's happening? What is happening? You know what I mean? It is episode 373 on this good Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? On this good Taco Tuesday, Titty Tuesday, whatever kind of Tuesday it is that you want to call it. It is definitely a Tuesday at 4:39 in the evening. You know what I mean? Heat is definitely creeping back in out here. As I said before, it's 86 degrees right now. I think the high today is about 87 or something like that. So, you know what I mean? The heat is back in effect. You know what I'm saying? Got a few little topics today. Just a few little topics, couple little topics. You know what I mean? If this is your first time here, is where we go over the news, go over the headlines, go over whatever headline you might have seen when you logged on to your computer, whether your home page is MSNBC News, Yahoo News, Google News, Hip Hop DX, wherever it is that you've seen headline, probably touching on 1, 2, 3 of them right here on Kons podcast. You know what I mean? So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share it out, tell somebody about it. You know what I mean? Let me keep you updated on this wicked world. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, episode 373, man, we're gonna get into this Trump, how he got ICE agents coming to the airports. Also, we're gonna touch on this quadruple amputee is arrested for a murder charge for popping somebody in the car. Touch on that. You know what I'm saying? That's the topics we're gonna be covering today. You know what I mean? Just a couple of topics I got for you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, without no more further ado, without no more chit chat, banter, you know what I mean? We're gonna jump right into these topics. You feel me? So Trump is ordering a bunch of ICE agents, you know what I mean, to come into airports saying they helping with the lines. You know what I'm saying? The lines is ridiculous due to TSA not getting paid. So a lot of them ain't been going due to this government strike.
What is actually doing at U.S. airports right now? It's not really clear. Here's what we know they can do. According to a senior ICE official, agents could be helping out with tasks like checking IDs and doing crowd control, but they are not trained for stuff like running x-ray machines. So the idea here being potentially you have ICE agents taking care of simpler tasks so that TSA officers who are short-staffed right now can focus on the more specialized work like running x-ray machines. But we have not seen ICE agents doing much of anything other than walking around the terminal. In fact, at one point I saw ICE personnel helping a woman into a wheelchair when she got out of a car to get to the airport. So we're not seeing them doing anything at the screening checkpoints themselves, best we can tell. And of course, we're not on the other side of security. We're not within the security checkpoint. So we can't see everything that ICE might be doing at this airport. But public facing in the general area of the terminal before we get through security, by and large, we are just seeing ICE walking around the terminal.
Democratic representative named Hakeem Jeffries, he's voice for the Democratic people, voiced his opinion and feel how he feels on Trump and him moving ICE into these airports.
The last thing that the American people need are for untrained ICE agents to be deployed at airports all across the country, potentially to brutalize or in some instances kill them. We've already seen how ICE conducts itself. These are untrained individuals when it comes to doing the current job that they have for the most part, let alone deploying them in close exposure and highly sensitive situations at airports across the country. Yeah, it's unfortunate that Republicans have decided that they would rather force TSA agents to work without pay, inconvenience millions of Americans all across the country, and now potentially expose them to untrained ICE agents and create chaos at airports throughout the land rather than get ICE agents under control. Our basic premise and value proposition from the very beginning has been simple. ICE should conduct itself like every other law enforcement agency in the country. But if Republicans are unwilling to get to an agreement in that regard, the one thing we can do immediately are to make sure that TSA agents are...
They already made bad headlines, you know what I'm saying, with everything that we done seen in the beginning with them unaliving innocent people. They already made a bad headline with them in the airport. By them, they was arresting aggressively a woman who was crying out for help in front of her young daughter. This is at the San Francisco airport.
Leave her alone! What are you doing? Leave her alone! What the are you doing?
I hope you're so proud of yourselves.
Bystanders at San Francisco International Airport Sunday night caught a moment where federal agents were seen manhandling a mother traveling with her daughter. This happened hours before ICE agents were officially deployed at airports all across the U.S. to assist with TSA. According to the person that posted that video, that happened at the domestic terminal at SFO. The woman was with her daughter, who was reportedly a U.S. citizen. The mother, however, could not prove that she was, so she was taken into custody. A spokesperson for the San Francisco International Airport tells TMZ, "We understand federal officers were transporting two individuals on an outbound flight when this incident occurred. We believe this is an isolated incident and have no reason to suspect broader enforcement action at SFO." The statement continues, "We were not involved in or notified in advance of this incident. Airport operations continued without disruption, and there was no impact to flights or passenger problems."
Details are still coming out, and we're still working to find out what exactly happened. But the passengers who took those videos, now viral, tell me everyone here at SFO last night was visibly shaken, especially because there was a young child involved. And the timing of this, just really jarring and confusing. It came just hours, as you mentioned, after the Trump administration announced it would be sending ICE agents to airports to help with TSA security checkpoints. But SFO was not supposed to be a part of that deployment.
Show your badge number! What's the badge? This is an illegal arrest!
New details on what unfolded inside SFO's Terminal 3 just after 10 p.m. Sunday. The woman who took this video says she ran toward the struggle when she heard a woman screaming and a young girl crying.
Is this a kidnapping? Is this a federal agent? And that was what was most frustrating, was not being able to receive any sort of response from them.
Mayor Daniel Lurie and airport officials calling this an isolated incident, adding they don't believe there is broader federal immigration enforcement at the airport. Senator Scott Wiener also weighing in.
My understanding is that they brought her to the airport to put her and her child on a plane for deportation.
The Department of Homeland Security put out a statement on Monday saying the two people arrested had a, quote, final removal order dating back to 2019. DHS claims the woman in the video tried to flee and resist arrest while being processed in the international terminal, adding that ICE is working to, quote, repatriate the family to their home country of Guatemala.
I always take anything that this administration says with a huge grain of salt.
Another video of the incident shows several San Francisco police officers standing by. SFPD says it does not assist in the enforcement of civil federal immigration laws, and officers remained on scene to maintain public safety.
And they are always in a very, very difficult position when you have ICE doing the things that it does.
All of this unfolding as ICE agents are being deployed around the country by the Trump administration to address long lines at TSA checkpoints. Representative Kevin Mullin saying, quote, after killing people in our streets and detaining U.S. citizens, ICE has lost all credibility and trust with the public. At Speaker Pelosi and I are demanding immediate answers as to the mother's and her child's condition and the grounds for their detainment at the San Francisco International Airport. And we did learn this afternoon from Congresswoman Doris Matsui up in Sacramento that the two are indeed mother and daughter and from the Sacramento area. But again, Dan Alma, it really is the timing of all of this that has so many eyes here on SFO.
They're already doing bad things. That was at the SF airport, along with the news clip that you seen report on ICE coming to the airport. So the next little clip is just what the people think and what they feel about ICE in these airports. I believe these are people of New York at LaGuardia. This is what they all had to say.
My true reaction is stop the bull, run the country, and make everybody a part of it.
Hey guys, I'm reporting here at LaGuardia Airport in New York. Right outside the airport, I see this U.S. Customs and Border Protection car. I don't know exactly why it's here, but President Trump has said that he's hoping to deploy ICE agents to help with some of the chaos happening at TSA lines across the country. Take a listen to what some passengers here at LaGuardia had to say about that.
It sounds like a very bad idea. I'm just not really sure what ICE agents are trained to do, and certainly it's not TSA.
It's pretty unfortunate. If anything, it's going to make things worse, in my opinion. I think it's going to make things more stressful and hectic for people. And if anything, I just feel like it's just going to be like really uncomfortable for people to be here around.
It seems unnecessary, unrelated. Also, kind of seems like he's trying to push an agenda to, a place where people are just trying to get from point A to point B.
I disagree with that. We have TSA. They shouldn't have to come in and do that. I don't agree with ICE at all anyways. They always seem like they're on like just a power trip and they just want to have control over things.
My reaction is enough is enough. ICE was not paid to come to the airport. Whatever they were paid to do, which I really don't know, let them do that, but they don't need to.
You know what I mean? That was people speaking out, saying, "What are they doing here? They're not even helping nothing." You know what I mean? They're not reducing the lines, making the lines move faster, but none of that. They're kind of walking around showing their presence. I don't personally know what this could be for. You know what I'm saying? That he's saying that it's all TSA is on this government strike, so they ain't getting paid, so they ain't going to work. Like he say that's what it's for. We don't really know. You know what I mean? We don't know what he's moving ICE agents in the airport for. It could be something totally different, some totally different chess piece that we don't recognize or realize what it may be put in place for, but it's definitely a reason for that. You know what I mean? I don't know what the reason is. The government always got some type of secret organization, secret something, agenda, something going on behind the scenes. It is never what you see visually and what they put in front of us. It is never that's all that's happening. It is always something going on behind the scenes with that. So I don't know why he got ICE just wandering around these airports, you know what I mean, helping people, helping old ladies out of the car, but they ain't really doing nothing to make the lines go down. So I don't know, they're not trained to be looking through people's stuff or to looking through the x-ray machine or any of that nature, you know what I mean? So I don't know why he called them to these airports like they were going to be some type of help. It gotta be some other reason, you know what I mean?
My job as a journalist is to bring you news as it's happening, but I've got to say I'm really struggling to grasp this quadruple amputee that is a professional cornhole player, but he's now accused of driving and shooting and killing his passenger. I think I have more questions than anyone else right now because I just don't understand how any of it has happened. He was apparently driving, he shot and killed his passenger, then he dumped the body, and yeah. Well, hopefully we find out more because I'm just as confused.
Excuse me. Small interruption to this episode. If you ain't hit the subscribe button, now is your time to hit that subscribe button. You know what I mean? If you ain't hit it yet, go ahead and hit that right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to the episode. A quadruple amputee was arrested on a murder charge by the name of Dayton James Weber. He was a cornhole star, you know what I mean? Played cornhole. We played professional cornhole. Was quite good at it. I mean, as you see in the clip, being that he ain't got no hands and no feet. He was driving his car with a passenger in the passenger seat, and there was some people in the back. They started to argue with the person in the passenger seat, and Dayton pulled out a gun and fatally shot the passenger by the name of Bradrick Wells, who was 27. Then he asked the witnesses to help him remove the body, and they refused and got out the car, and he drove off with the body as the body was later found off the side of some road.
Now to a bizarre story out of Charles County. Police now investigating after a professional cornhole player with no hands and no legs is accused of firing a deadly shot all while driving. We want to get out to our Homa Bash. She is live in La Plata this evening with more details. Homa?
Angie, bizarre to say the least, but before we get any further into this story, I just want to try to answer the question that so many people have right now. How did someone with no arms, no hands manage to fire a gun and allegedly kill someone?
It's early in the investigation, but there is no evidence at this point to suggest anybody else was involved in the shooting, and that he acted alone on this.
Now watch closely. You're looking at the man accused of murder in this case. Video from his TikTok page titled "No Hands, No Feet, Shooting 9mm Handgun." His name is Dayton James Weber, a 27-year-old quadriplegic amputee and professional cornhole player. This all started around 10:30 last night when La Plata police officers were flagged down by two witnesses near Radio Station Road. Charles County Sheriff's investigators say Weber was the driver when he shot and killed his front seat passenger, then asked those in the back seat to help get rid of the body. They refused, got out of the car, and alerted police. Weber took off with the victim in the car, identified as 27-year-old Bradrick Wells. 2 hours later and about 15 miles away, Wells's body was found dumped in someone's front yard in Charlotte Hall, Maryland. Soon after, Weber's car was tracked to a gas station in Charlottesville, Virginia. He was found at a hospital nearby and arrested after his release.
I think the witnesses helping really gave us a good start, obviously, and then it was excellent police work with not only our detectives and La Plata police, but also the authorities in Virginia.
Now, we're told that all four men in that Tesla SUV were friends, got into some sort of argument before that shooting happened. As you heard, Weber is currently in Virginia. He's going to be extradited back here to Charles County to face charges of first and second degree murder.
Amputee cornhole player has been accused of fatally shooting a passenger in his car, police in Maryland say. Dayton James Weber was arrested in connection with the death of Bradrick Michael Wells, police said in a statement. The Charles County Sheriff's Office said that on the 22nd of March, police were flagged down by two people in La Plata. They told police that Weber shot and killed the front seat passenger of his car during an argument while they were sitting in the back seat. Weber asked the passengers to move the victim from the car, which they refused to do, the statement said. The passengers then got out of the car and left the scene. Police say Weber then fled with the victim in the car. Later that evening, the body of Bradrick Michael Wells was found in a yard in Charlotte Hall, Maryland. Weber was located in Charlottesville, Virginia, where police say he was at a hospital seeking treatment for a medical issue. He was arrested and charged as a fugitive from justice, where he's awaiting extradition to Charles County to face first and second degree murder charges. CNN has been unable to contact a legal representative for Weber. Dayton Weber was the first and only quadruple amputee to play professional cornhole in the American Cornhole League. Video from his social media shows Weber practicing cornhole and competing in events. The league said it wouldn't comment on the ongoing case. At 10 months old, Weber was given a 3% chance of survival after contracting a rare blood infection, according to an ESPN documentary. Doctors amputated both his arms and his legs to stop the infection from spreading. The investigation
TMZ reported on this as well.
TMZ has learned a pro cornhole player who happens to be a quadruple amputee is facing murder charges for the shooting death of a Maryland man. According to Charles County Sheriff's Office, Dayton James Weber was booked Sunday after witnesses say he shot and killed a passenger in his car that very same day. The Sheriff's Office says the witnesses were in the backseat of the car when Weber, who was driving, got into an argument with the person in the passenger seat, pulled out a gun, and fatally shot him. Cops say they all knew each other. According to witnesses, Weber pulled the car over and asked them to help drag the body out of the car, but they told authorities they said no and got out of the car before Weber drove away with the body still in his vehicle. Later, cops say they got a call about a body in a yard and were able to identify him as Bradrick Michael Wells. Officers say they found Weber's car in Charlottesville, Virginia, and then later tracked him down to a hospital where he claims he was trying to get medical treatment. He was booked in Virginia and subsequently charged as a fugitive from justice. According to officers, he's set to be extradited back to Maryland, where authorities say he will be charged with first and second degree murder, amongst other charges. Authorities say this is an ongoing investigation and encourage anyone with more information.
This last one, this netizen pretty much is going to be along the lines of what I think and feel at the same time about this situation.
Just think the headline and y'all tell me if this makes sense. Quadruple amputee charged with fatally shooting the front seat passenger of his vehicle. Okay, so let's break this down. Let's break this down just a second. So, quadruple amputee ain't nothing but 4 limbs. 2 arms, 2 legs. His legs gone above the knee. And he ain't got no arm below the elbow. So no forearm, no hands, no fingers, no phalanges, no digits. How the hell he grab a gun? What kind of artillery he got? Where he what kind of trigger that you can? He can elbow. Okay. But the part that's really screwing with me is the front seat passenger of his vehicle part. This motherfucker was driving? How? With what? He gotta be. His feet. No. Man, what in the hell?
You insane. You know what I mean? Man. Dude is a quadruple amputee. Managed to pull out a pistol and pop the passenger fatally. Now, there's so many questions on this because you have no hands, no feet. You know, I understand there's different little things and mechanisms that they can put in cars that make you operate a vehicle. You know what I'm saying? If you are amputee, you don't really necessarily have feet. You know what I mean? You'd be cut off at the knee. You know what I'm saying? So they have little things, you know what I'm saying, that they can allow these type of people to drive, you feel me? But to be pulling out hammers in the middle while you driving and then pop your passenger all while you have no hands and no feet is a wild headline. You know what I mean? Because, man, there's just so many questions. How? I mean, if you the passenger and this couldn't have been like a fast reaction. Like we talking about somebody who has no hands and no feet. So there's no way that this was a fast draw. This wasn't like a quick draw. It had to be some time for you to reach and pull this pistol out and then aim it at him and then pull the trigger. What, as a passenger, y'all arguing. It's funky in the car right now. Y'all are beefing. It's funky. Y'all arguing, yelling and all this type of stuff. And you see him going for this pistol. Are you in disbelief? Are you thinking, no way that this dude is going for a gun? He don't even have hands. What is going on at the time? Did you just watch him get the gun, turn it towards you, and pop you out? I just don't understand how these things happen. We are talking about a quadruple amputee. That means no legs, no feet, and no hands, and you managed to pull a gun out in the car and pop your passenger fatally, and then ask the people in the back, can y'all help me dump the body? Man, look, this is the most wildest headline story I have probably came across in 2026, being that it is March 2026. This has got to be the most wildest headline that I've came across because how? You know what I mean? Like, how did you manage to get your life took by someone who has no hands and no feet, and you got popped? Now, this is video, you know what I'm saying? This is video right here that I'm going to put up on the screen. You know what I mean? This video right here, you know what I'm saying? Now, this is him. This is him popping out pistol off, you know what I'm saying? With his nubs, you feel me? Crawled out there, grabbed the pistol, even cocked it. They put the clip in and even cocked it back and was popping off with nubs. You know what I mean? I don't know how. Oh man, look, I don't even want to. This is a crazy story. You know what I'm saying? Dude is wild. This is a wild story. You already was given a chance at life. You know what I mean? You chose to take that chance by them cutting off your limbs because they said you had a disease that was spreading and that was the way they could stop it from spreading. So you chose life, and you chose life to live with no limbs. You know what I'm saying? Then you decide to pull a pistol out on a passenger and pop him fatally. Yeah, man, I don't know. It's just so many questions. How did this happen? How you get taken out by somebody with no hands, no feet? What happened in the car? Did you see him going for it? Did you not believe it? Did you say, nah, there ain't no way you finna? And then it was like, pop! And I was like, oh, you know, I'm like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's just so many questions. I'm gonna leave that alone. You know what I mean? There's just so many questions. I don't want to offend anyone. You know what I'm saying? In case anyone is watching this that might be a amputee, I don't want to make it seem like I'm making fun of you or anything of that nature. I just have questions in this situation because we talk about an amputee who is wanted for murder, who pulled the trigger of a pistol on someone and fatally unalive someone, who has no hands and no feet. 2026, is wild. You know what I mean? With that being said, you know what I'm saying? That's all I got today. You know what I mean? That's all I got today. Definitely wanted to touch on them things. You know what I'm saying? Now we are at a part where if you might have pulled up before this episode started, or you might have rolled up, might have hit your tree and it was a little too potent, or you might have pulled that drink and it hit you a little too hard, and you a little perved, you had to get up, go to the bathroom, or maybe you heard kids upstairs fussing and fighting over Roblox or over Minecraft or who turn it was, and you start hearing kids getting body slammed upstairs. You had to go check it out, and you had to step away from the podcast. This is everything that you might have missed. A quick little recap, episode 373. This is two topics that I just went over, you know what I mean? So I just let you know that Trump ordered a bunch of ICE agents to come to the airports, different airports across the nation, across the states, I mean, to come and help out because TSA is under some type of government strike and they ain't going to work. There was a whole bunch of long lines. I don't know why he thought ICE would make the lines move down, but he sent a bunch of ICE agents to a bunch of different airports, and the people ain't really happy about it. Also, let you know about a quadruple amputee. That means no hands, no legs, both of them cut off. Was arrested on a murder charge by pulling a pistol out and shooting a passenger in the car while driving a car. TMZ reported on it. A lot of people reported a dude name was Dayton James Weber. But yeah, that's everything I had for today. You know what I mean? For episode 373. Thank you for choosing Kons Podcast to let me keep you updated on this wicked world. You know what I mean? Because we all know you could have been doing anything you wanted to do, no matter who you was. You know what I mean? Whether you was a little brother or a little sister, whether you was a niece, a nephew, an auntie, or uncle, whether you was a mother, a father, grandpa, grandma, whether you was cousin Mookie, cousin Pookie, cousin Man, cousin Pete. You know what I mean? And if you had pets sitting there and your pet is sitting there right along with you while you're watching, whether your pet could be a pet bearded dragon, you can have a pet cat, a pet dog, you have a pet hedgehog, a pet squirrel, you have a pet hyena, you have a pet lion, you have a pet alligator, you have a pet giraffe, whoever your pet is, you know what I'm saying? If they got eyes on Kons Podcast right along with you, I definitely give you that good salute. Like you see that emoji scrolling up that screen, you know what I mean? But thank all y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching the beat you hear creeping up, made by old amazing beats, you know what I mean? So yeah, thank all y'all for tuning in. Thank all y'all for watching. Leave me a comment, let me know what you thought about Trump ordering ICE to these airports, or what you thought about a quadruple amputee catching a body. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. You know what I'm saying? It's Kons Podcast episode 373. Hit that like button and share it out for me. You know what I mean? I'll see y'all on the next one.
You hate me, don't you?
Kons motherfucking podcast.
You hate me, don't you?
What is ICE actually doing at U.S. airports right now? It's not really clear. Here's what we know they can do. According to a senior ICE official, agents could be helping out with tasks like checking IDs and doing crowd control, but they are not trained for stuff like running x-ray machines. So the idea here...
Now to a bizarre story. Out of Charles County, police now investigating after a professional cornhole player with no hands and no legs is accused of firing a deadly shot all while driving. We want to get out to our home of Bash. She is live in La Plata this evening with more details.
You hate me, don't you?